Greetings, other strangers. Today is November 22nd, 2018. Today's Thanksgiving, and I thought what I would do is I would share some trivia information that I found online that I thought would be pertinent. I don't think that I've seen a lot of people share any of this stuff, so I figure why not share it with you guys. Here we go. Traditionally, the first Thanksgiving and how the United States sees it is mainly it was in Massachusetts with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans coming together to celebrate a good harvest. And that's what Thanksgiving was. Although there is at least one historian that states that it was actually not the first Thanksgiving. The one in Massachusetts happened in 1621. According to Michael Gannon, the first Thanksgiving actually happened not in November, but in September of 1565. And that was with some Spanish settlers and Native Americans in Florida, not in Massachusetts. And they were celebrating after a religious ceremony. According to the U.S. National Archives, on September 28th, 1789, the first federal Congress had written a request to the President of the United States to recommend a day of Thanksgiving. George Washington then decreed that Thanksgiving should be observed on November 26th. This would be the first time that Thanksgiving would be celebrated under the new Constitution. It would be celebrated off and on by each president because the president would have to ask for the nation to observe Thanksgiving as opposed to actually having a day set. And that would change up until Abraham Lincoln, where it was the last Thursday of every month. If you've watched Jay's video on the Starting the Strangers channel, link in the description, then you know that he was talking about Christmas music invading Thanksgiving. And something else that happened, Roosevelt being concerned with not having enough days for Christmas shopping and wanting to see the economy improve quicker, he felt that Thanksgiving should be on the second Thursday of November as opposed to the last Thursday of November. That caused a lot of problems. Eventually, Congress stepped in 2 years later and changed it because there was a lot of states that did not want to follow it. So for a couple of years, we had two Thanksgiving days, one on the last day of November and one on the second Thursday of November. There's much debate as to when the first official presidential turkey pardon was. Most historians state that it happened during Lincoln's term, where his son had asked his father to write a presidential pardon to pardon the Christmas turkey, and then at least one president has not observed. He believed that Thanksgiving was too religious and was not appropriate for a federal holiday. He believed that there should be a very clear wall between religion and state, and that those two should not intermingle. And despite his critics arguing that there should be something, he decided that he was not going to request the nation observe a day of giving thanks. This I find completely interesting. Apparently, in 1926, Calvin Coolidge received, instead of a turkey, a raccoon. His family decided to keep it as a pet and named it Rebecca, which goes along with all the other exotic animals they had. They had a black bear, they had a wallaby, and they had a pygmy hippo named Billy. So I think I want to look into him some more and maybe do a video about him, because that just sounds way too interesting not to have a video about. Pumpkin pie was a staple for Thanksgiving since the 18th century. In fact, it was so important that one town in Connecticut had postponed Thanksgiving for a whole day because they didn't have enough molasses. According to a lot of people, Thanksgiving isn't Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie. I disagree. I'm more of an apple or pecan pie person myself, but to each their own. That's what I have for you, strangers. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey, pie, whatever. DFTBA, and I'll see you guys next Thursday.